Hey, we almost got it. I love, Janice was saying this, had this one person that just can't say, oh, I just love the snow, it's so beautiful. Of course, they don't drive in it. And I just love it. And then the next picture was of someone else shoveling her driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bob Hope. My idea of Christmas, whether old-fashioned or modern, is very simple. Loving others. Come to think of it, why do we have to wait for Christmas for that? It's true. It's true. And, you know, I mean, it's just, Christmas is interesting. You know, it's really a childlike wonderment that makes Christmas an interesting tradition. And children, I mean, they're just jumping up and down and happy and thrilled and all this kind of stuff for presents and stuff. And we don't get quite that thrilled about presents, but we like them. And it's fun giving them. But wouldn't it be nice to actually get that enthused about a gift from someone or something you really wanted? Wow. Yeah, that would be cool. We do have a couple of patron saints by the name of George Carlin and John Lennon. And John said, you are not your emotions. You have emotions. You can master them. Yep. Dang it. By and large, language is a tool for concealing the truth. That was George, by the way. So, yeah. Anybody read Parade magazine? Ask Marilyn. I love that one because she does all kinds of things. Did you see that today? Yeah, she's been doing it for 30 years. And I just love her little quips because they're always, you know, sometimes they're brain teasers or something about science or something about philosophy or some of those things. And I like the one where somebody asked a question a long time ago, said, oh, what was it? Was, what would happen if all of a sudden everyone started telling the truth about everything? And the answer was, well, divorce rate would skyrocket. That's the one I seem to remember. So there were other ones, actually very, very good ones in there. More t-shirts. You don't have your t-shirt, do you? Okay. Damn it, I'm mad is damn it, I'm mad backwards. Think about that one. And I even had to do it backwards. I go, doggone, it sure is. Sure, okay. Guitar whisperer. So, I run like a girl, try to keep up. My favorite color is glitter. I'm not short, I'm just more down to earth than other people. This is romaine calm. Lettuce, okay, and carrot on. Bigfoot saw me, but nobody believes him. Music can cure things that medication can't. Engineer, solving problems you didn't know you had in ways you can't understand. And if I had $1 for every time I got distracted, I wish I had a kitten. That's mine. That's mine. I get distracted so easily, more and more anymore. It's just getting off. Just go zoom. I'm off in that direction. Okay. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do this one, and it, depending on your reaction to this, you can either thank Dan or Joe. So, because they said it would be okay for me to do this one. This is not Janice approved. So, on the last day of kindergarten, all the children brought presents for their teacher. The florist's son handed the teacher a gift. She shook it, held it up, and said, "I'll bet it's some flowers." "And that's right," shouted the little boy. Then the candy store owner's daughter handed the teacher a gift. She held it up, shook it, and said, "I bet I know. It's a box of candy." "And that's right," shouted the little girl. The next gift was from a liquor store owner. The teacher held it up, saw that it was leaking. She touched a drop of it with her finger and tasted it. "Is it wine?" she asked. "No," the little boy answered. The teacher touched another drop to her tongue. Is it champagne? She said. No, the boy answered. Well, what is it? A puppy. Dan's comment is you could only say that one today and get away with it. So, yep, so there we go. All right. Well, I don't know where Janice went. She's in charge of the next. There you are. So, you doing the song now? Okay. Oh, okay. Hello. See, Dan's fault.
Don't you blame that man.
Oh, I did. No, you didn't hear the joke, did you?
No.
Good.
Oh, I'm watching this later.
What I said was, if you're going to do it, today would be the day.
That's as good as a yes for me.
Are you ready?
What did I do with that? I know I've got it. There it is. Okay.
Okay. So we have our own version of the 12 Days of Christmas for the Divine Fellowship. And I want to walk you through it because it's a little different. So the first day of Christmas, we have Toby and her cat tree. So who would like to be in charge of the Toby and her cat tree sign? Okay. You want to just stay up there. The second one is 2 crystals clear. Who would like to be 2 crystals clear? Come on up. If you get the first ones, you don't have to sing much. No, the last ones. You get the last ones, you don't sing much. You only sing once. Next one is 3 spirit guides. Who wants to be 3 spirit guides? All right. Mary Lou, get on up here. And then we have 4 silly jokes. Who wants to be 4 silly jokes? Don't make me pick you. All right, come on.
Good choice, Lynn.
Next one, 5 bending spoons. Now, I have to tell you a little bit. Some people, last time we did this, people said, bending spoons, what the heck is that? So Josie taught us how to bend spoons. I can guarantee you, if once you learn the process, these I bent myself. I bent these spoons. It's the coolest thing ever. It's almost addictive. So you have to hide your silverware from yourself for a little while after you learn to do that.
That's true.
Do not teach your grandchildren to do this.
Actually, I did. They loved it. When you're you rub a spoon and you have an intent, you have a mindset, a pattern of thought. And if there's any doubt, the boon won't spin. The spoon won't bend. But the clearer you get, then the molecular structure of the spoon seems to shift, and it'll just twist almost effortlessly. It's the coolest thing ever. I'm going to pass these around so you can see those. Because you can't just bend them from sheer strength. Not like that, not twist them around like that. So this is all, and then the spoon will bend the way it wants to bend. I showed my brother how to bend spoons. I was like, oh, this is just not working. And when he put his spoon down, the bowl of the spoon, that you put in your mouth, the bowl of the spoon had almost folded in on itself. And he was like, I'm really thinking, I don't know, and he gave up. But it had, the hardest part of the spoon had bent. And he was like, stunned. My grandkids, I showed my grandboys how to do this. And the youngest grandson picked the biggest, thickest, heaviest spoon. I thought, oh boy, this boy's going to just choose hard his whole life, isn't he? Pretty much. And then I was showing my son, and he was like, oh, I can't do it. And he threw it down. And he picked back up again. Do a little bit more, and there's, affirmations you say to yourself, and a mental process you say, and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, I can't do it. Threw it down again. And he picked it up a third time, and it just bent like crazy. So spoon bending is about clearing ourselves from negativity, clearing ourselves from doubt, and being at one with the molecular structure of the spoon, and the world shifts. If you can bend a spoon, you can change the world. And that's why we do spoon bending. So who would like to be our 5 bending spoons? Josie, you want to do that one? Okay, somebody else do it. Josie says no. Okay, Gia, come on up here. And then we have 6 squirrels running. We had a squirrel in the church once, ran around, cat chased it. And then Phil frequently is our little squirrel. He frequently squirrels and does different things. So who would like to be our squirrel? Don't make me pick you. Yes, you could be a squirrel. Be the squirrel. Be the squirrel. 7 feathers standing. The story behind the feathers standing is that when you're balancing a feather, if you look at your hand, it won't balance. But if you look at the tip of the feather, your body naturally, automatically goes exactly where it needs to do to keep it in balance. So it's about focusing on the goal and not the actions. So that's the key behind the balancing feathers, the feather standing. Who wants to be a feather standing? Sandra. Be the feathers. You want to hold this feather too, just to be there? We need 8 drummers drumming. We need a drummer. Who could be drummer? That's a William thing. 9 friends a saging. To clear we sage. Who wants to sage? Who wants to be a sage? Sage, wise person. Oh, come on. Come on up, Nancy. She'll be fine. And number 10 is 10 bowls of singing. We have a singing bowl that's tuned to the throat chakra, which is about truth, finding your truth, being in divine truth. Who would be our singing bowls? Be bowl. Then we need...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was trying to. So where do I need to go? Clear over there? We're gonna go down. Yeah, that's fine. So we're gonna move it. That's okay.
Let you pre-organize yourselves. Then I need an angel. Angels flying. 11 angels flying. Angels. I need an angel. Carol, be an angel. And 12 candles burning. Be the candle. You want to be the candle? No, I need her to do something else. Be the candle. Okay. So Andrea is going to point to you. We're going to start the song. Andrea's going to point to you. And we're all going to sing along.
Tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love came to me. 2 crystals clear and told me in a cat tree. On the 3rd day of Christmas, my true love came to me. 3 spirit guides, 2 crystals clear and told me in a cat tree. On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love came to me. 4 silly jokes, 3 spirit guides, 2 crystals clear, and a Toby in her cat tree. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 5 spending spoons, 4 silly jokes, 3 spirit guides, 2 crystals clear, and a Toby in her cat tree. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love sent to love sent to me. 8 drummers drumming, 7 feathers standing, 6 squirrels running, 5 bending spoons, 4 silly jokes, 3 spirit guides, 2 crystals clear, and a Toby in a cat tree. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 9 friends a saging, 8 drummers drumming, 7 feathers standing, 6 squirrels running, 5 bending spoons, 4 silly jokes, 3 spirit guides, 2 crystals clear, and a Toby in a cat tree. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 10 bowls of singing, 9 friends a saging, 8 drummers drumming, 7 feathers standing, 6 squirrels running, 5 bending spoons. We're running out of street spoons. 4 silly jokes, 3 spirit guides, 2 crystals clear, and a Toby in her cat tree. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 11 angels flying, 10 bowls of singing, 9 friends a singing, 8 drummers drumming, 7 feathers standing, 6 squirrels running, 5 bending spoons, 4 silly jokes, 3 spirit guides, 2 crystals clear, and a Toby in her cat tree. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 candles burning, 11 angels flying, 10 voices singing, 9 friends a saging, 8 drummers drumming, 7 feathers standing, 6 squirrels running, 5 bending spoons, 4 silly jokes, 3 spirit guides, 2 crystals clear, and a Toby in her cat tree.
Yay, close down. Only at the Divine Fellowship. So let me run down a couple of announcements for you really quick before we have our guest speaker. Couple of things. I moved the trash cans around and the recycling around in the entry area by the kitchen. So you might have to look before you toss. We have some graphics so you can actually see the plastic goes here and the paper goes there, so that we can make that real easy, and then the other's just trash, okay? We can do that. The other thing is, in your calendar, the article was written by Jenny Jenkins. The printer, between the printer and us, her name got ditched off of there, and so did the last paragraph. So I want to read to you, I want to read the whole thing. It's beautiful. It's awesome. So one dark morning, early in December, I crept out of bed and slipped into a warm shower. Not yet very awake, I effortlessly slipped into an altered state and found myself still and impossibly silent. Not empty, I noticed, just incredibly silent. All day I considered that silence. Though I felt connected to and a part of the dead of winter outside my house, I did not feel separate, alone, lonely, or in any way disconnected from my life, my work, my friends, or my family. Still, silent, yet full. I was in total awe. Then, as if on repeat, I awoke on another morning to a very unexpected blanket of snow outside. More snow than I've seen in my 7 years in the Tri-Cities. I ran out to my front porch and just gazed in amazement, while at the same time I felt the silence of it. It was deep. It was restful. And although I had just wakened and crawled out of bed, I embraced the additional rest because it transcended my physical body. I could feel it in my soul. Like old man winter was pulling me into a secret and forgotten place. The coolness, the calm, the gentleness, the quiet. the hush, the tranquility, the soothing quality of the stillness around me. As you read these words, is it sinking into you like I experienced it on that morning? How odd that the word silence evokes yet reveals nothing of this magical and mystical domain. I'd never given silence much thought, though I have embraced it, craved it, and welcomed it at times in my life. The dictionary defines silence as complete absence of sound. I read that and my gut said, nope. And it dawned on me that silence is not the absence of anything. We all just need different ears to hear what is waiting in the silence to be discovered. Maybe it's not a word or a concept, but a feeling that needs to be assimilated, experienced, and embraced to fully recognize the hidden magic and power of it. Meditators speak of the calm and balance they find in the silence of their meditations. Step outside at 3 a.m. and experience the dark as it settles on your senses, and think of all the other worlds as we at Divine Fellowship visit every Sunday during the guided meditations. We close our eyes, shut out the real world, and are led to babbling brooks, vast meadows, lush forests, and majestic mountains. Psalms 46:10 beseeches us to be still and know that I am God. We can find God in the silence. What greater reason to seek out silence? Winter months can be cold, messy, and inconvenient, but they can also offer us respite and a recess from the activities and busyness that often consumes our lives. This activity can be disruptive to our well-being if we are so busy that we don't take time to rest. As trees, flowers, and shrubs wait patiently in the silence below the frozen ground to work their way up and out to bloom, renewed in the spring, our own winter respite offers the same promise of personal renewal. Consider making that journey within to experience the recharging and regeneration that an interlude with the silence promises. Marvel at the magic contained within it. Soak your soul in the stillness. Have a cup of tea with the tranquility. House the hush for an hour here or there. Wonder at the wonder. Be the silence. Resist the temptation to wax unhappy about the cold weather, the snow, the bad drivers, and consider instead the gifts waiting in the silence to be discerned and explored. Feel the complete fullness of the silence. Visit the other worlds concealed there, and be in awe.
Thank you, Jay.
Beautiful. That should make everything better. So we have a guest speaker this morning. I hope you have joy in your heart, because this one's going to bring it to you. Would you please give a nice, warm, Divine Fellowship welcome to Harold, the Herald Angel.
How do we put this out of the Merry Christmas! Oh. I'm better now. What am I doing? Oh! I remember. Hark! The Herald Angel! I was going to name myself Hark, but that just didn't work at all. So. But good morning. I mean, Christmas really is a truly, truly wonderful time. I'll just give up. I'll just give up. Yeah, actually, I thought about a ponytail. I did think about a ponytail.
Behind the ears.
Well, I tried that too, and
Needs a little divine help.
Just tie it.
There you go.
There.
Christmas really is a beautiful, beautiful time of the year. I mean, children jump up and down with joy. And we try to remember why Christmas is here. I mean, Janice and I, we basically don't exchange gifts, and we just have a good time. We didn't do anything this morning other than have a cup of coffee and wish each other a Merry Christmas, and we're just fine with that. That's all it really is about. It's just this wonderful, wonderful time of year where people get together, sometimes with families, sometimes with friends, or whatever, and just enjoy the season. I mean, it's absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And we remember that this is the birthday of Jesus. I mean, that is why Christmas is here. But whether you believe in Christianity or that Jesus is our Savior or that Jesus is the Son of God, it doesn't matter. Jesus was a real person. And he was a very, very cool dude. And I choose to put him right there. He was the coolest dude ever. And if you want answers, he's got some. And this good book also has them. Because it was said under Luke 2, verse 10, "And the angel said to them, 'Hark, do not be afraid, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy, which shall be for all people.'" That's the message. That's the message. And if you can live by that, you will be a more wonderful person. But as Harold the angel, I have come to some conclusions. Everyone says that life is difficult. It's hard to figure out. Can't figure things out. Can't figure that out at all. It's really quite simple. Every hurt, every misunderstanding, everything that is bad in the world, or you think is bad, can be broken down into one issue, if you think about it.
And that's expectations. We all expect something from someone else, and then when it doesn't materialize quite like that, we take issue with it. When in fact the other person has their same expectations that may or may not come from you. And yet we forget that. Every single thing in your life that's not going well can be brought back to expectations. Parents should have been these loving, nurturing people, and they did the best job they could. Or maybe they were nurturing and wonderful people. It doesn't happen a lot, but occasionally it will. Maybe it was a grandparent instead. Maybe it was an aunt. Maybe it was your puppy. Maybe it was your puppy. Remember the little puppy? So you'll never forget that, will you? So, you get up in the morning and flick the light on, and you expect lights to come on. And if they don't, you have an issue with that. Well, maybe you didn't pay your bill, maybe something happened, but all that to say, childhoods are expected to be happy times. And they were at times. Sometimes you forget that. There were good times no matter what happened in your childhood. There were always good times. And that's the one time you would go back to that nice place you were at, maybe a place in the woods or a place camping. Those were the good times. And they're overshadowed with some people by the bad. Forget the bad. Bad's just don't worry about it. You thought when you went to Disneyland it was going to be fun. Well, as a kid it is. As an adult, you kind of put up with things sometimes. Disneyland can be a wonderful, wonderful place too. You expect teachers to teach things you need to know in life or expect to use in life. That may or may not happen. People who have wronged you and failed to apologize. Well, they may not have known they did anything wrong, but again, it's all expectations. Everything in your entire life can be brought down to expectations. You expected no traffic when you were on your way somewhere. You expected the light to turn green, and it didn't. Everything is expectations. I can't do that, can I? Can't lick my glove. Got it. I could have taken the glove off, but, you know. Oh, you expect the weather to cooperate when you're traveling, when you're having a ceremony outside, when you're having a picnic outside, and oh, it doesn't cooperate. And yet you're upset. Why? Because you expected it to be perfect. People expect to have other people see your own value. Some do, some don't. But again, expectations. You expected life to be easy, and it can be. It can be. It can be all downhill if you want, or that same hill can be at the bottom going up. All expectations. Everything in your life, expectations. So, that is my message for today from Hark, the Herald Angel. Ooh.
Good job. Good job.
Ah.
I need the microphone.
You do? Okay.
The microphone.
All right.
Give us a